A simple game of cards, Gin to be exact. It's a game of wits and strategy, and like most games, it can get competitive and even contentious at times. Getting to know your opponent in games like this helps, and sometimes you get to know your opponent during the game as well, such is the case with the plot of the stage play, The Gin Game, which the Second Street Players of Milford will be performing in just a few short days. And we'd like to welcome today the director of The Gin Game. This is Chris Miller right here, along with Stephen Perry and Gina Shuck, the cast, the whole cast here. Welcome to Historic Studio D.
Thank you.
I got started off. We're going to talk about the play, but do you guys know how to play gin?
Absolutely.
We do, yes.
Really well now.
And you don't, no. So you're directing a play about a game you don't know how to.
I haven't got a clue.
Okay, that's fair, that's fair. So give us an overview of the story.
Well, it starts off, it's two people of a certain age who have kind of been abandoned by their families, failed in business at the end of their resources, and they find themselves in a charity nursing home, an abandoned porch even, and they meet and start playing gin.
Yeah.
They bond almost immediately. They're quite well matched intellectually, although very different people from very different backgrounds.
Oh, okay.
So they're drawn to one another, and they also enjoy playing cards.
Yeah, sounds like it has a whole lot of layers. And this particular show has won many prizes.
It won a Pulitzer.
Pulitzer-winning script, has
Tony
won 4
Awards.
Tony Awards over the years. So what drew you to this classic?
Well, number one, it is a classic, and it's one of the great scripts. And one of the things you really need when you have to get a really good play is a great script, and this one is by far wonderful. It's challenging too when you only have two players, two actors, who are on the stage for 100% of the play, who every other line is theirs, and in this case, they also have to choreograph playing cards while they're talking. And that's been the challenge.
Yeah,
And it's got to look like gin.
yeah.
And that's been the challenge. So that you have to know that on this line you lay down a card, and on this line you pick up a card, and on this line you say gin. And
Hopefully we've met the challenge.
Well, I mean,
it's
are
like
you
choreography, actually.
okay? Your character's name is,
Weller Martin,
and Gina, your character's name is
Fonzia Dorsey.
Fonzia.
kind of unusual names.
Interesting names, definitely. So in the play, the characters get to know each other. Have you guys gotten to know each other a little better during this rehearsals and stuff?
Well, we knew
Yes.
each other pretty well beforehand. We've been in productions before, and we've been paired.
We
Yeah.
played husband and
before.
wife in a production of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner
Oh.
in Georgetown. She's known as the Katharine Hepburn of Sussex County Theater, basically. I'm
Nice.
the Spencer Tracy. This is our 5th production together, so we know each other very well.
Yeah.
Made it easy.
What do you, Chris, hope that the audience takes away from this production?
Well, this production is very much about aging. And that's, I think, what I want people to understand. So many of us, as we age, we start to think about what is it that we need in our aging. And I, unfortunately, or fortunately, have aged enough to know what that is. And we want security, and we want family, and we want a love around us, and still want to hold on to our independence. And I have that, but there are not many people have that. And this is what's happened here. These two people have come into this nursing home because they didn't have any of those things. They can no longer take care of themselves. Their families have deserted them. Their careers are over, and not, especially for Weller, it didn't end well. Suddenly they find themselves, and this is all taking place in the 1970s, where the only thing they really had available to them was the nursing home. And this is where these two people have ended up. And not only are they in a nursing home, but they're in a pretty crummy one.
Yeah.
And they find themselves in this position, the last place in the world they ever wanted to be. And you begin to see how each reacts to what's happened to them.
Yeah.
And they react very differently. For Weller, it's great anger. For Fonzie, it's huge disappointment and almost a fantasy life she's trying to build within herself about what's really, to avoid what's really happening. She's put in a little bit of a fantasy.
Well, I don't want you to give too much away.
No,
'cause
I'm
we
not.
want folks to see this play where and when.
It's at Second Street Players. It's at the Riverside Theater in Milford. It opens on Friday night. The curtain is at 7 o'clock. It runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday is a 2 o'clock curtain. And then also the following weekend, February 3, 4, and 5, the same thing. And you can get tickets at www.secondstreetplayers.com. And you can order your tickets right there. And tickets are $20 and $19 for seniors and students.
We will have all that information on our website so folks can get tickets, find out the times and the place and everything. Gina, Chris, Stephen, break a leg.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.